Hey guys, Crypto Spook here, and today I am joined by...
The Walking Virus!
From youtube.com/TheWalkingVirus. He's got a great channel, and as an added bonus, he'll be joining us starting this Saturday with his own series of videos right here at Crymore Gaming. So this game...
Wow, this game looks awesome.
Most games in VR are pretty awesome. However, I also had high expectations and was slightly let down.
Uh-oh. That's never a good sign.
So, fair warning, I got this game for free as a gift. I cannot complain. I guess I'm not allowed to complain. Because it was free.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a jerk move to complain when it's free.
Well, I'm not talking about the game. There's nothing wrong with the game itself. It's more so that I didn't particularly... I mean, I appreciate the game. Can I say that?
Sure. I mean, those are things you can say. They're words.
Very technically true. This game is kind of a space pirate trainer-like shooter. It's almost exactly the same, except that there are multiple levels where they take you to different places and you have to do different things. You'll be on moving platforms, and the enemies will be different, and they'll come from different places, and it's kind of a little confusing and disconcerting. But it's very much so like Space Pirate Trainer, except the weapons aren't as good, the sound is most certainly not as good, the visuals actually might be better, but I had some serious issues with it. What are your first impressions of this game?
I kind of like the art style, but I can kind of tell what you're talking about with the sound quality. I'm kind of unimpressed immensely. I really have no idea what's going on other than pew pew lasers.
That is exactly what's going on. So, as you play this game, it has a very neat economy aspect of the game where you earn money for killing the bots that are in the levels. And you can then go and upgrade your guns, buy more armor, stuff like that. Go through the different levels, go back and try and get a high score. There is an in-game leaderboard, which is nice, and they had a really cool feature that I saw and liked. The utilities, or, you know, the sound effects and everything like that, are in a room. It's not a little menu that pops open or anything like that. It's a physical place that it takes you to where you can adjust the settings of your game, which is neat, and it's a great concept, and it's not something that I've seen done in VR yet. So good job on them for thinking outside the box.
Oh yeah. It's actually kind of neat. I like how the guns just basically get force pulled to your hand.
They absolutely do, and it is so neat. And there's an actual upgrade aspect to this game where you can pick a gun that you like and upgrade it until it's a much better gun than it was originally. So you start out with everything doing basically 1 damage, and it gets better from there. As you go through each level, I think they introduce a new gun.
Well, I would hope so. If it doesn't have some type of, like, newness to the levels, it would get rather stale rather quickly.
So I will say that it certainly doesn't get stale, but it does ramp difficulty very, very fast. And maybe it's not so much that the difficulty ramps up, as perhaps it's just a little bit of poor audio design for the game itself. The audio is good in and of itself. However, it feels like there are some critical pieces of the audio missing, such as audio cues to tell me where the enemy is when they're about to shoot me in the back, because I have 360 degrees to take care of, and it's honestly quite difficult. Now, the art style is very good, however, it's also very bright. The art in this game, it's hard to tell when the enemy has actually fired a projectile at you because they're glowing so brightly.
Yeah, there's a lot of neon.
Oh my goodness, there's so much neon. But I did have a really good time playing the actual game, and the environment they built here for this initial part of the game is just really good. Like, this part is just this completely three-dimensional design that surrounds you as you exist inside of their world, and you look around and you're just surrounded by this universe of spinning stars and planets orbiting each other. It's really quite cool.
That's an amazing level select, actually. Like, that's essentially what you would want if they were to make, like, a VR Mass Effect, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
You'd want the, like, I step onto the deck and now I just pick a star from around me and be like, I'm gonna go there!
Oh man, you just made me think about Andromeda now. Why in the world are they not coming out with, Andromeda for VR? Such a waste.
Oh, because that would be way too much more development time.
Who's doing that? That's
That's EA, BioWare.
BioWare, that's what I'm thinking of.
Like, they would do it if EA would let them, I'm sure. EA's probably like, we'll do it as DLC.
Oh. That's why I still haven't even played Fallout 4, is because they said, oh, we're gonna do this in, VR, coming soon. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not even gonna play this then. I probably played like the first 4 hours of Fallout 4 and I have stopped. I have not played it in over a year.
Yeah, I would see that. I also see what you mean about the no reload option, and that is atrocious. Although it seems like the reload is very, very fast.
It is fairly quick. Depending on the weapon type you're using, it gets quicker or slower.
Well, yeah, I would hope that would be the case. Because most of the time when you're doing that, you have, you know, drawbacks to different weapons. Some of them are going to do more damage, but they have way slower reload, and I wouldn't picture pistols really being that way. In most games, anyway. Pistols always seem rapid fire.
Oh yeah, they are always rapid fire with infinite ammo, but there's infinite ammo for every weapon in this game. So it took me quite a while to figure out that the little green floaty guy was actually healing the big bot bad guy. So my hands got so tired fighting this guy. I was like, oh my god, I can't pull the triggers anymore. I'm exhausted. Why isn't he dead?
So it's a light gun game from the NES.
Yeah, right? Oh man. And they're not high tensile triggers or anything. It's just, I was like, come on, man, you guys are terrible with keeping this guy. You know, they got this laser beam attacking it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna need to kill this guy. I think I need to kill eventually, after like probably a solid minute and a half of dodging his shots and shooting him in the weak spot.
Oh wait, I can shoot that guy.
And then I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Of course! How could I have been so blind?
I just wanted to quit after this. I was like, oh god, oh my hands.
My hands, they hurt.
Oh, they really did. That was just the first level.
Oh, and you only got a common? Rip off.
So the difficulty ramp in this game is very, very high. So the upgrades in this game were really neat, and it was the only time that I've seen an upgrade style system for weapons in VR. Admittedly, I've only played like 50 VR games so far, so that actually still does wind up being fairly impressive. And especially since I haven't seen a wave shooter where you upgrade your guns.
Yeah, I really like this menu system they came up with. It reminds me very much of like Dead Space style, where everything just seems like it should be there because that would just be the tech, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, especially because you're like holding these little like laser beam phase pointers and stuff like that. It's just really neat.
I always love an upgrade system in games like this too, because then it actually feels like there's a purpose for going back and playing the levels again.
Absolutely.
So you got a shotgun.
Yes, so as you progress through the game, you start out with your pistol, then you unlock the shotgun, then an SMG, and that's unfortunately as far as I got. I believe next would be an assault rifle and probably a sniper rifle.
I would hope!
The difficulty ramp in this game is just dumb. And in fact, a sniper rifle probably wouldn't be very useful, so I'd be surprised if it was there. Maybe a rocket launcher, maybe something along those lines.
Yeah, thinking about it, I would probably picture, like, assault rifle would be next. Probably rocket launcher.
Maybe automatic shotgun.
Well, I mean, that shotgun was basically already an auto shotgun. I saw you just unload it.
Fires as fast as you can pull the trigger.
Yeah, which at that point you don't need an auto shotty. Oh my, what? You can dual wield a shotgun and an SMG?
You absolutely
can. Or is that 2 SMGs?
Nope.
What?
I have dual wielded SMGs and shotguns.
Okay, that's amazing.
So the problem you run into as you're playing this is that you can't tell where these enemies are. There's not good directional audio for, hey, I'm behind you floating here. You don't hear an engine noise or anything like that floating behind your ear saying, positionally, you need to look behind you or above you because there's a guy coming to wreck you. And so you just wind up getting shot and it feels cheap, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I feel like there should be some type of indicator, not necessarily in the, like, HUD or anything, because they're going for a very HUD-free type of thing, obviously. But you could have, like, some little notification on, like, a weird little sensor bit or something.
I just really wish that it would be at least audio, so I could say, oh, I hear the audio hum of this thing's engine behind me.
Particularly since audio is a big part of the, like, VR experience.
It really is. It's so important, and I feel like they skimped on it a little bit in this game.
Yeah, like, the music is going, but if you had any type of, like, oh, I'm getting shot at, or I'm, like, hearing something flying behind me, turn around and just be like, you said bad things about my family, you must pay now.
You just find out after you are shot with a laser beam in the back.
At the same time, I would say that it makes sense that you wouldn't necessarily hear it in the vacuum of space.
Okay, alright, that's true. However, you are hearing your guns being shot, and these things...
Very, very faintly. Very faintly.
By the way, this thing was glowing so bright, I couldn't even tell where the projectiles were that it shot me with.
Like, I feel like they have some little updates and stuff on your little, like, vision screen anyway. They could have just easily have said that you're wearing, like, some type of visor and just, oh, there's an enemy over there! Like, with a directional arrow.
That would get really cluttered really fast, though, especially with 360 degrees of periphery. Well, not necessarily 360. Up, and there's not much down. There's a little bit to the side and down, but not really much down. So this game came out December 14th, 2016, and it is retailing for $17.99. I feel that at $17.99, that is not a particularly fair price for this game, and it's probably not something that I would pay.
I would probably have to agree there. Like, I was thinking this was maybe about like 10. I'd probably pay 10 for this, because at least it's nice looking and it looks like it'd be fun to just dual wield shotguns and assault rifles.
I think that if there was a better way for me to track the enemies, then I could say that, but at this time, in its current state, it's not worth the money to me. So this is available on HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It is room scale, and it is made by Martin Sanofsky. So I think maybe it was also developed by Martin Sanofsky, so maybe this is a one-man show. And if that's the case, then I would say he did a fairly good job on the game, but it does need some more polish.
Agreed.
Any final thoughts?
As I said, that pretty much sums it up. Like, if it's a one-man show, it's pretty good for a one-man show. It just needs some more polish. It's a really interesting looking concept to me.
I would say he did a great job on 95% of the game. The last 5% of that game is fixing enemy tracking.
Get on it, Martin.
Alright guys, there you have it. That is Void Rangers. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to join our weekly comment contest to get a free game. Check out our Patreon. Like it if you like it, don't like it if you don't like it, and we'll see you on the next one.